Well, folks, I think it's look, it's all over, but the squealing at this point. This whole thing is killing me. There's so many obvious issues here that it's not even funny. First of all, if the United States is not a racist country, you don't need to get up on national TV and tell people it's not a racist country. You don't need to be the state senator or the U.S. senator for the state of Georgia and get on television after the presidential speech, State of the Union speech, and tell the world that the United States is not a racist country if it's really not a racist country. It's not even going to be an issue except for the small number of racists in the country. But when somebody takes it to that level, it becomes crystal clear that this country has a race problem. And there's no question about it. Second, how sad is it really when you look at the situation where calling him an Uncle Tom for doing it becomes racist? That alone is mind-boggling. That not only is it now racist to call somebody an Uncle Tom, but people have to understand that the whole issue here is taking control of the narrative of what is and what isn't racism. Okay, it's now you have the Republicans of all people, the biggest lion scam artists in the entire history of humanity, now deciding what is and what's not racist. Not the people who are victims of racism, but the racists themselves. It's like child molesters and child predators deciding what is child molesting and child predator, being a child predator, grooming and all this stuff. The one thing that you have to be careful of whenever you deal with any kind of morality issue is the people who don't have morals taking over the issue. And that's exactly what we've seen here. Financial issue, wars overseas, legal conservatism, support for law and order. Every issue that the Republicans have claimed to be in favor of, they have taken over and fucked up. Every fucking one of them. And now this is another issue where they're going, oh, geez, we're just, basically, whites right, blacks wrong people. So now what we're going to do is everything that minorities complain about in this country, we're going to say that we now control the issue and that we're in charge, we're fixing it, and they're the problem. That is pro forma. Blame it on the blacks. Pro forma. That is how it has been done all along and how it will continue to be done. Blame the problem on minorities. Whatever the problem is that of the issue of the day. Third thing, the other thing I was going to say is, well, I said that. Okay, the problem ultimately becomes a question of blaming it on the blacks. Ultimately, always. I don't understand why anybody thinks that somebody can come out of the South and not be racist. I just don't understand. I don't get it. It is the epitome of racism. It's like going to Georgia and not expecting to see a Confederate flag. I don't need to go to Georgia and see Confederate flags. I can go to Pennsylvania and see Confederate flags, much less to Georgia, to pretty much the heartbeat of the Confederacy. I don't need to worry about whether Georgia is racist. I know Georgia is, if you live in Georgia and think Georgia is not racist, you have serious issues. So blow the cover off the whole thing, fine. Smear it in people's faces, fine. Deny that there's an issue, fine. Like having a house party in your house and claiming that you're not having a house party when everyone around is awake at 3 o'clock in the morning because you're having a party. I had this happen to me once. I was staying in a hotel in New Jersey. This guy had loud music blaring in his fucking room all night. Finally, 5 o'clock in the morning, I was like, fuck this. This has got to end. And I knocked at the door. I was like, would you please stop this party? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Can we please get some sleep? And he's like, I'm not having a party. We're not playing music. How could he possibly even begin to think that someone would believe him for saying that unless he just thought I just believe him just because he was white? That's simple. I'm supposed to believe him simply because he's white.